Mulberries are coming into season. This tree was loaded down with ripe fruit 2 days ago, and then yesterday I came out and there was like 200 birds in it, so they've eaten almost all the ripe fruit, but there's still some down at the bottom that I can show you. They get a little bit darker colored than the main ones that you see here. You see these red ones. Mulberry is very good for you. It's high in resveratrol, which is the anti-aging antioxidant that you find in red wine, only you get it without the alcohol. It's also very, very high in potassium, so high in fact that it can cause a potassium overdose in people with poor liver function. So if your liver isn't flushing your body out properly, or if you have liver disease or cirrhosis, you might want to lay back, don't eat a whole lot, because there's a lot of potassium in it. But most Americans are deficient anyway, so you can stand to eat a lot of it. And it's used for livestock supplement, for feed, because there's so many minerals in the leaves and the bark that it's used to supplement livestock that are on a poor feed diet. See, this is what a ripe one looks like. It looks a lot like a blackberry, more elongated. They're a little bit more tart. They're very good. People around here use them for jams and pies and wine, stuff like that. They grow wild everywhere. This tree was the only one here a few years ago, and now they're just everywhere because the birds are carrying the seeds all over. But they're good for you and they taste good. The ripe berries are also used as a coloring. The dye, the juice of it, it stains really bad, but it's used as a dye and has been for, I guess, hundreds of years. And that's not going to come off for several days. As you can see, a lot of them have been knocked out of the tree by birds trying to get them. Shows you how much the birds have been eating them. And there's still some down here at the bottom. What the birds don't get at the top, the dog gets at the bottom.
They stain a little bit.
Mulberry fruit is edible and is widely used in pies, tarts, sherbets, wines, jams, and teas. The fruit and leaves are sold in various forms as nutritional supplements. Additionally, elements in mulberries have the potential to reverse cell damage and stimulate the immune system. Mulberry is an excellent source of potassium, which is used by the body to create the energy necessary to power cells. Possible medicinal uses for mulberry include the treatment of diarrhea, constipation, nausea, intestinal worms, sinus problems, sore throat, urinary tract infections, diabetes, fever, menstrual problems, asthma, kidney disorders, cancer, cataracts, depression, and migraines. Mulberry is also used to prevent strokes and heart disease and to reduce the signs of aging. The mature plants contain significant amounts of resveratrol. In mouse and rat experiments, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, blood sugar lowering, and other beneficial cardiovascular effects of resveratrol have been reported. In human trials, high doses of resveratrol have been found to significantly lower blood sugar. In the Sinclair research, resveratrol counteracted the detrimental effects of a high-fat diet in mice. The high-fat diet was compounded by adding hydrogenated coconut oil to the standard diet. It provided 60% of energy from fat, and the mice on it consumed about 30% more calories than the mice on a standard diet. Both the mice fed the standard diet and the high-fat diet plus 22 milligrams of resveratrol had a 30% lower risk of death than the mice on the high-fat diet. Gene expression analysis indicated the addition of resveratrol opposed the alteration of 144 out of 153 gene pathways changed by the high-fat diet. Insulin and glucose levels in the mice on the high-fat plus resveratrol diet were closer to that of mice on a standard diet than of that of mice on the high-fat diet. In vitro resveratrol interacts with multiple molecular targets and has positive effects on the cells of breast, skin, gastric, colon, prostate, and pancreatic cancer, as well as leukemia. In 2006, Italian scientists obtained the first positive results of resveratrol supplementation in a vertebrate. Using a short-lived fish with a median lifespan of 9 weeks, they found that a maximal dose of resveratrol increased the median lifespan by 56%. Besides resveratrol, mulberry contains fiber, calcium, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, carbohydrates, iron, and proteins essential to one's good health. No wonder mulberry is commonly used in folk medicine, including the treatment of ringworms. With such high mineral content, mulberry leaves are commonly used as feed supplement for sheep and goats. Mulberry improves feed quality significantly. Nearly 34% higher milk yield was recorded in goats when mulberry was provided once a day. Crude protein content in leaves varies from as low as 15% to 28% depending on variety, age of leaves, and growing conditions. A striking feature of mulberry leaves is the amount of minerals they contain, with ash values of up to 25%. Typical calcium content is around 2.5%. Phosphorus is at 0.24%, potassium values of nearly 3%, and magnesium contents of 0.63%. This makes mulberry leaves nearly as valuable as its fruit.